All right, and welcome back to Action Figure Pow Wow. My name's Jay, and joining me, as always, he is the BBC Bedford expert on all things Marvel. He's the Sorcerer Supreme, and he is the master of the mighty Marvel mix. It's Paul Shearman, ladies and gentlemen.
What an introduction. Thank you. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. The Marvel expert on the BBC, eh?
I keep getting called to talk. I got called to talk about the podcast. First of all, they were doing just a focus on podcasters and who would do it for passion. Okay. And my wife tagged me, and I know the BBC. She does BBC Berkshire, BBC Oxford, so she's across a lot of the networks. And I know her, I've met her. She supported a lot of events in my real day job, which gets in the way of all my action figure stuff. So she shouts a lot there. So she got in touch with me and said, "Do you want to come on?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I just talked about the podcast and the love in general. And then last week, I got a call from another show on the network who'd picked up on the news. Obviously, for those who, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Loki episode 3 yet, let's quickly chuck that in. Loki revealed, which is not a surprise to comic book fans because it's been this way for 50 odd years, that he's bisexual, which became a big story in mainstream news. So they wanted to get someone on to talk about that. So I got a phone call. So I'm now apparently the resident Marvel expert on the.
And so she did say so. She said so at the end, right? Or that wasn't on air, was it? But she went, "I'll call you." Yeah.
She said afterwards. She said that was great. She said, "Thanks for coming back on. Love your passion for it. Are you happy to be our Marvel expert?" I was like, "Absolutely."
Yeah,
I said, "I'm not an expert. Let me throw that in. I'm not arrogant enough to think I am an expert."
But if they want to call you that, right?
That's fine.
Also, right, you start with BBC Bedford. And you just move up to the big leagues.
Next the world. That's obviously the evil genius way.
And when you're on BBC One, I suggest you go, "Hey, we should have a show called Action Figure Pow Wow." And then they can pay for it and give us some nice production value.
A set. I'd put a set.
Oh, imagine.
Can you imagine the bookcases behind us with all the figures on that revolving?
Oh, well, the BBC could maybe even get the figures for us as part of the deal. We don't have to pay for them anymore. A deal with Hasbro. Maybe have
this
Hasbro
week's show, we're off to the Hasbro production offices. Oh, don't dangle the dream.
So anyway, before we get to talk about action figures, if you're enjoying the show, or even if you don't, just hit the thumbs up, give us a like, hit the subscribe button, that'll help us, and the little bell in the corner there, if you click that, it'll let you know whenever we've got a new episode out. It'd be really helpful for the show if you guys out there could do that, and also share it and tell your friends about it, and get the word around, right? Because we need that. Okay, and you need that too.
We know there's people out there just like us who love their action figures, who love this chat, and they may not have found this show yet. So, help us get it out there. Spot on, Jay. Spot on. Get it out there.
And it's good that I remembered to say that this time as well.
Absolute consummate professional host. All over it.
Right. So, anyway. So I had a little family holiday this past week just gone, and I was down in a place called Barton-on-Sea, near a town called New Milton. So it's down on the south coast near Bournemouth in England. And you had told me about a favourite shop of yours called the Spacebridge.
That's one.
Now, I thought to myself, how good can it be? So I went looking for this shop one of the days, and as I came into town, where it looks like.
Yeah.
This small shop on the side there, and I was driving, so I just see the small shop. I was like, small, it's not really that great. So I go around the corner. I figured it'd be like a comic shop kind of thing, but with collectibles and stuff like that. And parking in New Milton is not really a thing, so I drove way down High Street. Eventually, I found a space, and my daughter had fallen asleep in the car, so she'd been quite tired. So my wife said, "You know what? Why don't you go in, and I'll wait here?" So I parked down the street, and I thought I'll go for a walk, because as I went past, I did notice a sign saying that the guy was away, the shop was closed, and I'll be back in 30 minutes. And I thought, of course that would happen when I say. Anyway,
I mean,
the
I know
time
how the story ends up, so
well, the
fine.
time
But
he
yeah,
said that he was
for
coming
dramatic
back,
effect.
yeah. The time he said he was coming back was actually only 5 minutes away from where I was, so it's fine. So I rocked up there, and by the time I got to the shop, there's a couple of people waiting outside. So I was like, damn it, you know, I wanted to just be the only one going in, right? So I looked in the window, and the stuff in the window is cool. Some really cool Transformers.
How good is that Optimus Prime and the
Megatron
Megatron
and
in the
Megatron,
window?
right? Oh, so cool.
Good. They are
Big
amazing,
gremlin there, and you know, it's all lit up, looking cool and everything. And I'm waiting, and then I look, and on the far left-hand side of the window, you can see in, and all I can see is Marvel Legends figures hanging, you know, cascading from the ceiling, right? Anyway, he turns up, and I go in, and oh my God, this shop is a little Aladdin's cave
it is,
of awesomeness.
So
right?
good.
I mean, not just for Marvel Legends, you know, anything you could want. And old Action Force, Visionary, Centurions, all the He-Man stuff, everything. So, I mean, obviously I went looking for some stuff, and, you know, we wanted a few things. But one of the things he had as well, as I got talking to the guy, I didn't take his name, you probably know his name, was we're in the middle of having a conversation, and I said, oh, like, just cut him off. And I was like, is that Battle of the Planets? So for people in the States, that's what are they called in the States?
G-Force.
G-Force. And in Japan, it's Science Ninja Team Gatchaman.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I see him up there, and he's like, oh yeah, it is. And, you know, there was, I think, Princess and Keop were at the front.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I was like, have you got Zoltar? Because I always liked Zoltar. He's quite cool.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Yes, he did.
What character did he?
He did. And he pulled him out from the back. And obviously he had both heads with him. And I was like, oh my God. And like, it was £30. And I was already spending money. And I was like, I do want to, but the posability's not great. You know what it is? It's one of those things. I'm like, I want it. I'd keep it in its box. And it would just be on the shelf, because it would look cool, right? And he goes, oh yeah, and I've also got the alternate version. So you had two versions, and I was like, oh my God! And I was like, dude, like, if my child wasn't asleep in the car, I could spend absolutely hours here, and I would like have to remortgage my house, right? Because I would just buy so many things, and just
that's
like
the trouble,
like vehicles in the cabinet, you know, hiss tanks, and you know, different, like he had like Red Shadows, the old ones, which I have, but mine were played with. These ones were out of packet, but they look brand new. That's great. So I went looking around. Our friend Colin went to Gamorrean Guard, got one of those. He didn't have the skiff pilot, but he had that. And I picked up a couple of things. And you got Toybiz.
I did. I got the beautiful Abomination.
Abomination, yeah.
You did the classic video me in, looking around the store. And
I loved it, because I tried to describe to him who you were. And then, because you go in there quite often, and then when you start speaking, he goes, oh yeah, I know who you are.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely, yeah. And it's weird, because he's only ever seen me in a mask,
with your mask on, which you did have on the phone. So in fairness,
I did. That's actually very,
how you always
that's a good point. I did see. That's very true. That's a good point. I did. Yeah. So we were doing the same. It's true. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great show. I did have the Captain America in my hand, the one that comes with the comic book. Was it a Toybiz one?
It was. It was early 2000. I want to say 2006, somewhere around that time. Yeah. It's decent. It's a decent figure.
It is. It was £30, and again, see, the problem is, so, you know, as you know, I want the Captain America.
Yeah.
However, had I bought that one, I'd have just kept in its packet, which would have meant I still wouldn't have Captain America.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's in one of those types of, there's a type of plastic where you have to cut it to open it, you know, and I don't want to do that. And so I was kind of like, and then there's a couple of things I wanted. So I was like, yeah, I put this down and I can get those, you know, so I had to do that. So
I know what you mean with that. That's a difficult, and the trouble is, we both know there were no cheap Captain America figures.
No.
Any version, any model, all holding their value.
Yes, really
all
annoying.
Holding their value. Yeah,
really annoying.
And I mean, I I've got the box 8th edition one which we know, and which I've never opened, and I've got the vintage one, which was a vintage collection. With there's a Spider-Man, a Wolverine, a Punisher, a Black Widow, and Range. And I've got
the one with the messed up face, right?
The one that I know uses John Walker as Captain America from the comic book one. But it's fine for posing with other figures and putting in with, like, you know, the AI Iron Man and a Hulk and a Thor. It works perfectly for that. But I'm the same as you. It's not the one I want. But I get why you didn't buy that one, because exactly like you say, that's not one to open.
No.
So,
but also, even if I did, you know, I was kind of looking at it, and obviously the builds are they're a bit different. Obviously, it's older. But I didn't really like how the sort of hips on it look. Anyone that's got it will know what I mean, probably. It just looked a bit, I don't know, it looked a bit weak around there. And it just, I thought to myself, I feel like 80th anniversary for Captain America this year. There's a good chance we get another one. I really hope so. There's got to. I mean, when you think how much Iron Man we've got coming this year and how much we've had already, it's just incessant Iron Man. You know, we've had loads already, probably 5 or 6 this year already, and then we've got another 4 at least coming. Have we?
So you've got the modular Iron Man, you've got the stealth Iron Man.
Which, you know what, I saw someone do a review of the modular one. I think it was just Jay Hernandez, and now I really want it.
Do you know what? It's really annoying. 6-inch Legends have just done a few poses with the War Machine version on their Instagram lately, and I was looking at it going, oh no.
I know.
Oh no. Oh, please no. So yes, I'm sure at some point I can see one or both of us sitting there going, guess what I got?
Yeah, it is a little bit annoying, and at the moment there's not anything that I'm particularly after. So this is danger zone, because I'm not after something that's where you just go, just get one of those, right? Yeah. Although, you see, so before I go into what I bought at Starbridge, because now we've gone off on a tangent, so I just ordered 2 of the Foosh articulated icon ninjas. The desert sand ones. With ninjas, like, I always like them to be in more realistic colors. Like, I like red. Red's cool because, you know, you get all your. You can't see them on camera. My hand ninjas
can't see them here. You've got lots of ninjas. Jay's got lots of ninjas.
I like them in the red, but I like the browns and the greys and stuff like that. They were on sale, man. They're like $11.99 each.
That's good,
right? So
it's basically 2 for 1. It's basically 2 for 1.
Yeah, so I did that, and I mean, with postage, it came in at like £34. So it was cheaper than 2 figures.
Sure, absolutely.
So depending on how long they take to come and when they arrive, there's a couple of others on sale. They're still ninjas. They're just in the navy blue, and I kind of want them as well. So I thought, well, I'll wait, see how long it takes for these to come, and then there's another part of me that's going, but what if the sale ends, or if they sell out? Maybe I should buy them anyway.
That one always wins, doesn't it?
And then the other thing says to me, but if you were smart, you'd have bought all 4 at the same time and just paid postage once. So, so there's that, right? I think last time we spoke, as I showed you, did I show you, or did I just tell you about? I was walking through a shop called Tiger.
You told me, yeah. I remember
and
you showing.
I'd picked up like pots and pans and cutlery. Oh, you can't see it there. Can you see it there? No.
I can see it now. That's it. Yeah. Some gold and silver cutlery. Yeah.
Gold and silver, and some gardening tools. And these are just because they're in scale. And I thought, well, if I do some dioramas and stuff, you know, that'd be cool. Yeah. And I've seen a few people do some dioramas of things like Peter Parker's apartment, you know, where they're in the living room or something like that. And I saw someone do one, I think it's a kitchen one. And I thought, oh, well, you know, I've got these pots and pans. So I was looking on a website, it's called something like Miniature World or something like that. It's where I picked up.
Miniature. Okay, good shout.
Yeah, I think I picked up my my filing cabinets from there.
Right.
They had a whole kitchen set on sale for 20 quid today. And I was like, buying it. And it's pine. It's a pine-looking kitchen.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that'll work. But the cooker is also pine because it's all made out of wood, so I'll have to paint that and make it all look a bit better. But I thought, oh yeah, cool. And then I had an idea for diorama that I might do just to have a little set for a photo, you know,
Nice.
it looked quite
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But then I thought, and then of course the next thing comes on, I'm like, now I need a good Mary Jane. I don't have one. I've got a good head. I don't have a body. You know, so there's that. And then I was like, I need Peter Parker a bit more casual. The problems that us collectors face, it's ridiculous.
It's like you say, it's when you want to do themes or you want to complete teams. So I want to get some, like you got the Bugle one. I want to get some desks, but I want to get some cool West Coast ones because I want to do West Coast Avengers set. And I've got Hawkeye, comic Hawkeye, Silver Centurion, Iron Man, Wonder Man, Vision, Scarlet Witch, both comic versions, Mockingbird comic version. It's just, and Moon Knight comic version from that era. It's just Tigra, who I know is on the way at some point.
Yeah, nice.
So I could do
nice
this. Yeah, so I could do the set anyway without Tigra at the moment. But then I think, so I want to do to call up West Coast compound things. So I get a desk because I can't just get a desk. You get chairs go behind it. But then that's daft. So I need to get some cabinets in the office, or I need 2 chairs because they're a team. Actually, just probably get 3 chairs because then I can put them around the table.
I did see a nice long table today.
Oh, that's the one then. That's the one. And then I want Hawkeye sat back in the chair, arms folded, feet up on the desk.
Yeah.
While Tony Stark, Iron Man, is sort of hands on the desk, lecturing him about a mission, sort of thing. Yeah. So I worked.
And then you need a background for it as well.
Then you need a background. So then it's accessory.
I just bought some more blue foam today, so that's so that I can do more stuff. I just need this area cleared so I can have a work. I haven't even done any more of mine because I just can't. I have no space, you know. But when I finally get my space, you can't see this room. I'm obviously on a desk where my laptop is. I'm going to add another counter on this side. So I've got a bit more space to work and then I can do things, which would be nice. Anyway, yeah. So back to the
Spacebridge. What a shot.
So yeah. So what did I get in there? I picked up Carnage. He's in a pose where he's being punched. He's going to get punched by Venom. So he's
big Venom.
Yeah.
Big. That's great.
I love this figure. The more
I
play
love
this,
all the shots
sorry,
you've been posting,
this figure.
Pose, correct.
Yeah.
What we're going to play?
I'm a serious guy. I pose.
Serious business.
So yeah, I mean, this is a really cool Venom.
I like that more than good. Yeah, I like that more than the comic book version. I'd say I've never been the biggest Venom fan, but that figure looks immense.
And it poses so nicely. It moves, especially it's the body part of it. It just moves so well, you know.
Nice.
It's really, really good. It can get in some really good poses. And
yeah, that's exactly what you want.
It's so cool. So I picked up Carnage. So he comes with. Let me straighten him out a little bit. I've got a new light, so I'm not sure how it's working.
That's good. Yeah, perfect. Okay. You can see all the detail on that.
Got him there. He comes with this bit that's removable, so he can not have his bits coming out. I tend to leave it on just.
Yeah, that's very much how I always picture Carnage. He's a mess, really. So it's,
exactly. That's how I think of him. And he comes with a second head, which is pretty cool. And that is here. I've got my little box of tricks. I just dropped everything here a few minutes ago, so I expect it all to fall, and then I'll just lose my shit on camera.
Is it a tongue out head? Is it?
No, it's just like that.
Oh, that's from the Ryan Absolute Carnage run. Yeah, the Ryan Stegman Tom Cates run. Nice. That's nice.
It's quite cool. I don't know if you can see. I thought that maybe this moved, but it doesn't. It just looks.
It's a thing. It looks like it does. It does. It looks like the chin would drop down.
It's like it could go in or out. And the reason I thought that is because the Black Series Bosk figure can move, and when I saw does that look like it moves? But it doesn't. It doesn't move. But it's cool. I like it. He's got the bigger eyes on this one. On here, they're kind of squinted. So yeah,
which is good because if you're going to have 2 heads, and it's a character like that that's a very, you know, visually recognizable head. It's pointless having one with both the same sets of eyes, isn't it? It's something like the Spider-Man ones. You want,
well, it's even like this Venom, he's got the tongue out one and then the grinning one, which is quite cool. And his grinning one has the sort of more.
That's nice, yeah. That's good. That's very good.
Yeah. So I got him in there, and I picked up my first second-hand figure, and that is Domino.
Nice, love it. It's great.
So, or as me and him when we were chatting, we said proper Domino. So,
yes.
And I've just given her like a Power Rangers gun and someone else's gun. I'm not sure. Yeah,
I love the way the back arches back in a proper comic book superhero pose.
Yeah, I kind of had it because I had a like holding a gun up at someone, and then I was like, and then there's that guy behind them, just like turn around. So, you know, while I was working, I was coming up with ideas. So this is nice. I'm not sure of the age of this one. Like you probably know better than me when this came out, but I'm not sure that they
not that long ago,
so
5-6 years ago tops. Now, yeah, it's good.
What I like on this one on the face, you can't see it on camera, but she's got a little bit of blue in the bottom lip.
Oh, okay.
It kind of like creates a nice shadow when it's in
very
normal daylight.
Accurate, yeah.
It's your standard female posing. You know, it's only got the movement here, but not down here. The legs are a little bit bendy down here, you know, but it's all right. It poses well. It stands well. It's got an up-down hinge on here and an in-out on this side. Looks
good. Looks good.
Yeah, I like it. I like it very much. I was quite happy, and I saw this was £10. It didn't come with any weapons or anything, but you know, it was just loose in the bag, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got to have that.
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw it, I picked it up. I was like, oh,
and do you know what?
Have it.
That's the sort of the beauty of the shop to get those types of things, because it's only in those types of places, other than trawling through eBay, where you get those sorts of things. And he's got that rack, hasn't he, with the loose figures in, and it's the fun of.
And you don't get that price on eBay very often.
Not a chance, no. Very rare. Very rare. You're really hunting around.
The other thing is that because you're there and you can have it, you know, in your hand, and I'm pretty sure if you ask them to let you take it out the bag, you can see the quality of it. You know, whereas on eBay it's a photo and it's like, oh, it looks all right, and you could get it and it not be so great.
No, he's really good at that, to be fair.
You know?
Yeah, I bought an Iron Fist from him loose in the bag ages ago, and he did say he actually took it out and said, have a play with it, because one of the arms was a bit, the shoulder joint was quite,
it the comic book Iron Fist, or was it
comic book Iron Fist? Right. No, comic book one, yeah. And it was it was about 2004, 2005 version.
Right.
So the legs were a lot thinner than they are now, and the, you know, the feet were a lot longer, not extending.
Yeah.
And it's fine for now. I've got a yellow and blue Daredevil. It will go nicely with that as a little Defenders group, a comic book version.
Funny that you mentioned Daredevil, because we were talking about Bullseye earlier, and you know, I was saying about how I that one that everyone has. If you look on Instagram, everyone has. I never saw, and it's not that old. It's 2017. Can't get it anywhere. You know, everyone knows the one with the hat head.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm hoping there'll be a new Daredevil, because this is my only Daredevil. You have this one, and I think this is probably, the worst figure that I have. I think it's the worst Legends figure.
Do you know the irony?
It's terrible.
It's amazing you say that. The irony you say that Daredevil's the worst Legends figure. Yeah. So, at the weekend, I got delivered through the Marvel Select Daredevil.
Yeah.
And this is the worst figure ever.
Oh, really?
Ever.
Worse than this?
Oh, a million times. And
why?
I'll tell you why.
It has to be a statue.
It virtually is.
Oh, okay.
It virtually is. The detail is amazing. So the
it looks cool.
It's fantastic. The D on the front, brilliant. And I put some pictures on Instagram today. Yeah, and it comes with a fantastic cross in the church.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's statue. Great. Yeah,
it's amazing. The detail's brilliant. So I've stuck some on Instagram today. I did a black and white one, but I put the vignette splash just on his costume. So he's the red. So come across that. So that looked good. But that pose, those two poses, is literally it. So the head only goes side to side. There's no neck movement at all. The whole torso is fixed. There's no move, nothing.
Yes.
So you can't even put him in a lowered, like a pencil.
In a daredevil pose.
In a daredevil pose,
Yeah.
head down. You can't even think, okay, well, fuck the head. I'll move the ab crunch.
Although
So
his head doesn't
down.
really do much, does it? So it goes
Still
up.
goes up and down. Still goes up and down. Nothing there. One single elbow joint. Very little rotation in the arm. The hands, okay, but no spare hands. It's one fist, one quick biddy club. The biddy club case is fixed, so it doesn't open, so you can't store them at all. Solid. And it's not even, I thought about cutting the top off so I could drop them in, but that's solid.
Solid piece.
That's completely solid piece. The boots, just up and down, no side swivel. Not bad to boom the legs, and the hip crunch is okay. But if you drop that on your foot, you'll probably break it. It's so rock hard and there's no movement in it. So it looks awesome, but it's absolute garbage.
Why do they hate Daredevil so much?
Honestly, this is a great question.
Now, I mean, I haven't had a look at the one that they released with the retro Spider-Man stuff, the sort of black and red suit. With the silver bits of armor.
Yeah,
like
the armor. It doesn't.
I'm not a fan of that costume, but I wonder if it's a much better figure.
It looks a really good figure. I've seen it. Yeah. I've seen it boxed on the shelf. It looks good figure, but it's not Daredevil to me, because Daredevil is about agility and fleet of movement.
He's a ninja.
And he's a ninja, and that is not the sort of thing with big, massive, great big Mad Max style shoulder pads coming out and armor. It just doesn't. And I've never liked an armored Batman either, for the same reason. It just doesn't suit the character. If he's that bulky and that chunky, he's not stealthy. He's not moving around. He's not sneaking around. With
Batman, you can get away with it a bit more because it makes sense for him and how he would use it. But with Daredevil, it doesn't for me.
No, 100% agree.
But do you think we'll be seeing a new Daredevil anytime soon?
I hope so, because I'd say I tracked down the yellow and the brown, which is
and how
an
do you
amazing
like that
figure.
one?
It's beautiful. It's so good. If they literally just repainted this, I'd be a happy man.
Right.
And this actually
pose
fits the poses brilliantly. Great double elbows. Great turn twist in the head. Ab crunch is excellent. And the chest design. Oh, there you go. Ab crunch is brilliant. Chest design down. The clubs come out. So the clubs come out, sitting there nicely. The boots are solid, so they pose really well when you're standing.
And he's got a little boot cut there as well.
Got the boot, and when you look, and his knee is amazing. The joints on his knee, so you can pose him in superhero. So I put some on Instagram a while ago, Mighty Marvel Mix. If anyone wants to go and have a look, of him down with the billy clubs out, sort of like crouching to attack.
Yeah.
And he sits like a dream. None of that awkward, quick take the picture. He's about to fall type thing. Yeah. He sits like a dream.
Let's like on it.
Yeah.
To get a good.
Not too bad. Enough to do a good. Jump through the air.
And you, with a bit of manoeuvring, you could probably get a little bit more out of that as well.
I would get him out with a bit more twist on it and get some good ninja kick on him. If they repainted that, it would actually look just like the costume with the boots as well. The current comic book one had him in. So you're right. We need a new Daredevil. They're doing us down on Daredevil.
Yes. And we
There's
need
an episode title for you. They're doing us down on Daredevil.
And we need a new Elektra. As I said, I don't want the new Daredevil costume Elektra. I want the old Elektra that they've had before. So a lot of people are like, oh, we've had that. I don't want it again. But I want it. I don't have it. So anyway, before we go on, I did buy one more thing in Spacebridge. Unfortunately, I can't show you this one properly because it looks like this at the moment. And that's movie cable. Now, I will say a couple of things about this, right? So I bought this because I wanted his body armor for Firefly, which I'll show you in a second.
Was he boxed or loose?
Boxed.
Boxed.
Right.
Wow.
But it was an impulse buy as well, because I bought my other bits and I was walking by and I'd just gone around to where Abomination was. So you know where that cabinet is.
In the glass cabinet,
so he got that out of there. And then as I was about to walk off, I went like that. And so where the window is on the back, he was there. And I went, oh, I want that. My exact words, I went, oh, I want that, and just grabbed it. and
you were on the video to me when you did that.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I remember you.
So all I want that was Cable, right? Now, one thing I really like about this figure, there are a couple of things. So once he's been taken out of his armor, the crunch on this is wicked.
Yeah.
Like the body. I love the combat legs.
Those combats.
These
that's
need to be repurposed
quality.
for G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Because I look at some of theirs and they're much tighter, and I'm like, this is a US paratrooper style.
Yeah.
Right?
That's Hawk style trousers or Duke style trousers.
Yeah, they are, but not on the G.I. Joes that you're currently getting. They have nice flexibility on them. You know, you can move to there.
Yeah.
But it's the bagginess, the boots are great. And there's a part of me that did consider, because these are grey, so I did consider swapping maybe Firefly's legs to see what they look like. But my Firefly's been pulled apart quite a few times recently. And he's a little bit loose in places, which is a bit sad because he's not an easy figure to come by. And I nearly broke his arm again doing this, which
you've had one go already.
Yeah, it's the same arm. I slipped again. I thought it must be something to do with the way it's made. I slip on it, and it basically, I can't show you, but it gets the elbow bit, and I yanked it and stretched it because it's heated up. But luckily, it went back. You know, but it scared the shit out of me. Wow. Anyway, so here's Firefly now and I took Cable's cape. He's got like a poncho, hooded one.
Yeah, it is,
and I was like, that looks cool on Firefly too. So my Firefly looks like that. Right?
That is a million times better than the Firefly.
Yeah, that's more how he should look. I mean, you can take the poncho off because it's a hard plastic piece. And then he'll just look like that. That
is comic book Firefly to me.
Yeah, it is.
Original toy. Brilliant.
For me, I thought to myself, you know, I can imagine him, you know, on a mission. It's like raining, it's dark, and something like this would be a cool thing that he might have on. I could just see that it kind of works with the character.
And the colour scheme is perfect for it.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Is that sort of dark grey? Yeah, so it's actually a sort of olivey green, dark grey, but it works. It goes.
It goes with the camouflage, definitely.
And yeah, so for me, I tend to have him posed like that with this on. And the way that this has been designed, because it's Cable's armor, he's got these grenades here. So the way that it sits it hangs over it, and it hangs down on one side. You've got the hood back there. And I was like, I could see him wearing something like this. So,
that's brilliant.
So on this, he's got Winter Soldier's belt, and then he's got Cable's jacket. So now I've got Winter Soldier's harness back again. Which I'm not going to necessarily put back on Winter Soldier because I might want it for something else. So I'm going to hold on to it. So yeah, well happy with that. And so that's what that figure was really bought for, was for fodder. But I like the body on it so much that I will put him back together. So there's a little part of me that's wondering if I'm going to put him back together as Cable, or if I'm going to that's why I haven't done anything. I'm kind of leaving him like that in case I can.
When the inspiration takes.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can make him into another Dreadnought or something like that. Because I don't really want movie Cable. You know, like I want, if I have Cable, I want comic book Cable. I'll put the head away. And, you know, I mean, I could just use was it Josh Brolin?
Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
Josh Brolin.
Brolin's, I could just use his head. Like, it looks quite cool. So yeah, I have to heat it up again. Though I kind of half pulled this out, so it needs to be pushed back in.
Yeah,
so, he'll have a robot shoulder. So that was pretty much Spacebridge for me, man. It was very difficult to pull myself away from there because, well, as you know, that it's a very difficult place to leave once you go in.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. And I know you'll have the same as me because you had your family there with you, and obviously, although they were in the car, they weren't. When I take my boys in, I'm forever making sure, one, they don't knock anything over, and two, when they've got what they want, they're done. They want to get out.
They want to go,
play with it. Whereas I want to spend hours in this shop
just looking around,
and I know there's so much I've missed because obviously when I go with the kids, I hone in on Star Wars. They want Star Wars figures, and I want Marvel Legends, or Marvel. Oh, so good, aren't they? They got the perfect for them.
And actually, when you say about looking around, if you're facing the counter, the cabinet to the right of it, it's got so many little bits in there.
Little trinket ones, isn't it?
But that's the one that
had
visionaries in it, and it's centurions, and I was like looking, going, visionary, centurion, that, and I'm just like, that I know that, I know what that is, and you're like, okay, all the different things.
And I've never really had time yet to look at all his old school Transformers, which I love, and I had loads when I was a kid.
Transformers guy, right?
Transformers massive, he loves it, absolutely loves it, and he's got a whole display cabinet, 2-3 shelves worth of Masters of the Universe.
Yes,
as well. Yeah. And I've never had the chance yet because of the boys there. So I'm absolutely 100% committing myself to just fucking work off for one day.
And if you're facing him at the till, so on your left, his right up top is where all the Battle of the Planets figures are.
Okay. There.
But yeah, it's and I don't know if you heard, there's the National Science Fiction Museum is opening. The Movie and Science Fiction Museum is opening in Milton Keynes, where I live. And as I was chatting to him, he goes, "Oh, have you been to it yet?" And I was like, "No, not yet. I'm going." He goes, "Yeah, it's my mate's." Well, oh, okay. He used to do Collectomania over here. He said all the time.
Oh, what a dream!
I know, because when I said where I was from, he goes, "Oh yeah, I know it really well." And I was like, "Really? Like, why?" Because I said to him, I was like, "You know what? I think that you should give this shop up and just open one in Milton Keynes." He goes, "Oh, I know Milton Keynes really well," and that's how we got onto that.
Yeah, no, because he's local to me, so definitely not. he's 35 minutes away from me, so definitely not. Yeah, but I'm glad you really loved it, because I didn't want to oversell it to you, because that's always leads to disappointment.
I think you undersold it.
And the benefit for that is you got that wow factor when I first went in there, because again, like if you look on his, look on Google Maps and look on his page or look on his Facebook,
there's nothing on there.
No, it doesn't do the shop justice in any way.
I was actually going to say to him, I was like, your page is bad. But anyway, look, I think it's been one big shout out. So anyone that's down that end of the country should go to it. I'm sure that he can ship stuff as well. By the way, you know how I always have my Shore Trooper in the background?
Yeah, with his tray.
Yeah, and he always, he looks a bit sad, a bit dopey, right, standing there. Something that I realised that makes him even dopier is this figure has 2 left feet. So he has 2 of the same foot, and I was like, did it come
with that?
Yeah, and I'm like, so
no.
that is the perfect one to be that guy. I don't know, but I had 2 on the shelf, and I just grabbed him. I was like, oh yeah, and then I was like, something weird about this one, and I was like, because he looks a bit like sad, and I was like, what is it though? Like, why does he look so sad? I was like, he's got 2 left feet. He's got the same feet. And
that seals it then. That seals it.
He was the one.
Fodder. He's absolute fodder. Meant to be.
He had to be that guy. But I like him in that role. He's going to always be posed like that.
I love it. It's excellent. I love seeing it. I'm always looking for it now in the shop.
But yeah, I haven't done it in a while, actually. I haven't put him up for in a while. I need to, like, maybe in Peter Parker's living room or something behind the sofa. So any toys that you would like to tell us all about?
I've had a few in since we last spoke. The Daredevil show. Well, I showed the good Daredevil and the bad Daredevil. So forget Daredevil anymore. I managed to track down my second Hydra Trooper. So I now have 2.
I wish I'd bought those when they were cheap, because I was eyeballing them for so long and I never did. And now I've got Skull coming. Yeah,
20 quid the second one. So I've now got those. So I've equally got those, which is great, and I've got a couple of Captain Americas to play around with. I don't know, got the one was that. So I've then got the World War II. I know you've got this one on the way as well. The World War II Captain America, who is a bit of a bitch to pose. I need to warm him up a bit and heat him up a bit. It took a bit of hairdryer action on his arms and legs when I first got him to actually get him in a heroic standing by the bike pose. But it's a really cool figure. Helmet comes off, but the mask underneath doesn't, which is a bit annoying. So I could have done with just a pure Steve Rogers head, which is a shame. I did try it. I've got the from the Captain America: The Winter Soldier, the movie version, I've got Steve Rogers Marvel, but it's a Marvel Select, so it's just too big. It just looks dark. It's a real shame. It just looks like he's got weird. The super soldier serum's only impacted his head, not his body, given his big head, which is a shame because it's a great Steve Rogers looks. It's a really good head, with it just doesn't fit. So blown that one off. The shield's good. Like the shield, I might just dirty this up a little bit and give it a bit more of a battle.
It's a bit new, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But the costume is great. The knife comes out, so you get a nice knife with it in the holder. Not that you'd see Captain America with a knife, but you're talking about a war version. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But then equally,
do you like the figure for posability? Does it actually pose well?
It's not the best. It's okay. It poses well for what, I mean, if you think in terms of even from the comic book version to this one, the movie, because this is from the Ultimates comic version, Brian Hitch's version, Mark Miller. So, and that's a great figure in terms of in that version. If anyone's not read the Ultimates, absolutely go and read it. It's one of the best comic books ever been written.
Yeah.
So it fits that version because it's not the heroic, sleek costume vaulting over people and being athletic. It is a dirty World War II down in the trenches fighting suit. So it fits for that. It works for that. It goes well. The bike is really nice. I know you love the bike when you get it because it will go well for your Joes as well. That's
actually being donated to Duke.
Oh, is it? Good call. Yeah. Good call. It's really good. The gears are the good detail inside on the gearboxes on the inside of it. A lot of there goes the saddle on the back. The saddle bags on the back are okay.
They clip on one side only, is that right?
Yeah, it's annoying. And clipping things on is not the best on this bike.
Wolverine's bike was just the same. I feel it's almost the same, yeah.
Yeah. So the cargo box here is a real bitch to put on. And I actually got a little mini screwdriver and just forced it into the hole. So there's two holes at a weird diagonal. So it holds it, as you can see, not a straight angle. And when the wheel's on it, it's got a slight incline on it. But which is, and it's great though. It's got the detail, like it's all bashed up on the box. But it's a real bitch to clip on. So now it's on. I'm very careful. This goes in a bag in bubble wrap when I'm not. Got it out on display. The gun holster is good, but again, equally getting that on was an absolute mission as well, and I was rapidly losing patience with it. But once I got it on, it sits there really well, and it's a good bike.
Is that the same kind of deal? It's just a clip that's hard to get in.
There's two, it's the same thing, same as the cargo one. There's two clips sit at an angle. One is larger than the other. One's twice the size of the other one. Once you get them in, they're fine.
Right.
But if you don't align, it's getting them aligned. And because they're not the same size, so I did do a little bit of manipulation with a very, very tiny screwdriver just to slightly widen the hole. Because obviously where it was new plastic, it was, not that pliable. So it worked well on it. But yeah, it's a decent
in the box, it'll go well the handlebars off when you get it.
Yeah, so the handlebars are separate.
Are they just one piece?
One piece.
Right,
yeah.
They're like Punisher's one.
Yes, absolutely. And they just click right in. I saw the Punisher bike at the weekend.
Do you not have
that figure that you've got? No, I haven't got it.
It's awesome, man. It's really cool.
I know.
And that figure's cool.
And I got 20 minutes up the road in the car and I was like, fuck, I wish I bought that.
Where was this?
I wish I bought that. There was a random shop in Bournemouth. I went down to meet some friends with the kids at the weekend. My wife was on a birthday party. Friends who lives in Bournemouth. So I dropped her off and said, I'm going to take the boys to the beach for the day. And so I went down to the beach, and down near Bournemouth, it's more like a beach shop, towels, equipment, that sort of thing. And then randomly, there was some superhero money boxes.
This never happens to me. You go into a shop that sells like beach towels, and it's like, and also Marvel Legends. I go in a shop like that, and they sell beach towels.
Yeah, and it was really random. I did a double take, and I had to check. I will go back. And it only had
quickly.
It only had the Punisher box with the figure and Nova. That was it. And the rest were like Marvel money boxes. Didn't see, and the kids were hassling me because they wanted to get to the beach, and it was hot, and the little one wanted a wee, And I was like, yeah, okay, right, buy snacks quickly, buy drinks, and get out the shop. So I wasn't really taking it all in, and then to be honest, completely forgot later on. So it's a complete fail for me.
Tomorrow for work, go down to Bournemouth.
Equally, I know initially why I didn't buy it at the time, because I don't like the beach in terms of, I like chilling out, hanging on it, hate sand.
Like Anakin.
I hate getting sand.
Everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely hate it. Absolutely gets everywhere. I hate it. It makes me kill everyone, all the sand people. It annoys me, and I didn't want to buy
women and children too.
Absolutely, all of them. The lot children too. Yeah, it annoys me, and I didn't want to have this brand new Marvel Legends figure, and then go and plonk my bag on the beach with the kids throwing their mucky sand and everything. And then I never went back. We just got distracted and never went back to it. So I know it's there.
Oh, dude, well, that must have. So that had been in my head all day. I'd have been like, got to get back to that shop. Got to get back to that shop. Got to get back to that shop before I go home.
But equally, I'd had about £80 worth of deliveries that day.
And then there's that, yeah. Okay.
And I know I've got a load of pre-orders coming in as well. And then equally, I've got another about £100 worth of figures on eBay, second-hand figures that haven't arrived yet. In fact, it's more than that, because I bought the third wave of the 3.75-inch figures just being released in the UK. So that's Vision, Ant-Man, Bullseye, the little 3.75 Bullseye, Grey Hulk, and Invisible Woman.
Right.
With a new Black Panther, a new artwork on the board, and a new Cyclops.
Nice.
So that's annoyingly, that's coming tomorrow. Not I would pray it would be today. It's coming tomorrow, so I would have had to show and tell next time.
Awesome. So at least you've got stuff stacking up ready for
stuff stacking up. I bought the builder figure of Gladiator, who's from the Shi'ar Empire in X-Men comics. Big figure. Where's already purple with a big Mohican on its way. That's arriving in the next couple of days as well. And what do I want to come in as well? Just waiting for those two. Oh yeah, and the 3.75. So wait for those. So I'd spent a lot already. Combined with, I don't want to take this figure down on the beach.
That Punisher.
But I do need it. It looked great.
It's a nice figure. Yeah. It is actually a really nice figure when you have it in hand.
It threw me. It was there. It just, because it, it just threw me.
And by the way, I was in Bournemouth last week. Actually in Bournemouth one of the days.
Oh.
I didn't see any Punishers lying around in beach shops.
Yeah.
Not that I went in many, but
it was there, definitely there.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there is a comic shop in Boscombe, which is 10 minutes from Bournemouth anyway, Frog Brothers, and they do a lot of selects and legends as well. Right. But we weren't able to get there on Saturday. But yeah, it was. So we're talking about the bike, weren't we? So the cat figure with the bike. So it is good. That'll go well with the Joes. That bike, and the figure's still good with or without the bike, the Captain America. Yeah. I don't have a lot to go with it, but I do actually have 2 Hydra Troopers, and I'll have a Red Skull as well, so I can mix up.
Can have little fights,
I can mix up the fights with the World War II cap, and I might do a Captain America through the ages. So do the same shot of him punching the skull. But all the different
Hitler
costumes
pose,
I've got.
The Hitler magazine.
That's it. You got it. 1941 comics. I might do that because I've got the Secret War version, which was a graphic novel, early 2000s painted version. Gabrielle Delossi did the art, and Nick Fury sent me on a mission into Latveria in secret. So they had Spider-Man, Captain America, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Moon Knight, and they had different variations of their costumes. And there's a Captain America one. It's a Marvel Legend 3 years ago. It's got the red and white stripe down the middle. It's a real deep blue.
Yeah.
Very random figure. So I've got that as well. So I can do some different Captain America.
I think I did actually see that one available, and I considered buying it. And I was like, it's not the one I want.
It's not the best. It's fine. Yeah, it's okay. I got it very cheap a few years ago. I got like 12 quid, I think. So
it's still not. And whenever I've seen, it's not being ridiculously priced or anything.
Yeah.
Speaking of pre-orders, is it just me? But I mean, I'd read on different social medias from people in the US who, they've had Hasbro Pulse for longer than us, and I'd always see comments, order it from Hasbro Pulse, and you might get it one day. right? Is it just me, or are they really slow on pre-orders? Because I'm seeing figures that I've had on order for ages, and they're like available to buy. Like Star Action Figures has some,
very
and it's got the add to basket. Even Loki, the variant jacket one, they've got him in add to basket. So
do you know what?
Why has mine not turned up yet?
I don't know what the problems are, and I know Dan Yuna put out today that there's a delay on the next Iron Man wave with the Ursa Major, the Build-A-Bear figure, so the modular Iron Man, the Stealth Iron Man, that was due to be released on Thursday,
right?
And that's been delayed. You put on the site saying apologies, we're a bit behind.
But that means it's just delayed everywhere, right? But what I mean is, Hasbro Pulse, I've pre-ordered from Hasbro Pulse, and shops already have them. Hasbro Pulse UK and shops. And if I had gone to the shop, I would have it now. And the problem that it causes me is I'm not actually sure when I'm getting my pre-orders.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know.
When am I getting them? Like, because I don't.
It's really
they're
weird.
not paid for, and I don't want them to all come together, which is what's going to happen. And,
absolutely.
And A, make me look bad, and and B, cost me a lot of money that I don't actually have. So
yeah, I know. Oh god, yeah, I know. Yeah. But you're right. I see the Falcon Winter Soldier wave available to buy now, and that's not due to 1st of August for us.
Yeah, right. What's that all about?
And I don't know why that's happened, because that was never anything. The whole point of the Pulse Premium is you get it first.
Well, also, okay, because they did that special deal where we're getting the postage for free. But after that, I'm not going to be inclined to go there first, because I'm like, well, if I go there, I'm going to get it last.
Yeah,
I'll only go there for like Pulse exclusives, and in fact, the price will go up for Pulse. So I don't even know that I'll necessarily want to pay it.
No, I agree. And we want to be, for people like us, we want the figures. That's the main thing. We want the figures to have and to pose with, not play, to pose with.
Yeah,
we want the figures.
Pose.
But there you go. There's a pose. Great pose. But for shows like this, and like
you want it in hand.
I want it in hand to talk about it. There's no point getting it 2 months down the road, because no one cares by then. They've got it and they're enjoying it.
That's why no one watches. We're talking about old toys. I was talking about the Toybiz Daredevil. Look, this is what I'm on right now.
There you go. Old toys bring new joys.
They do.
Go.
That is the title of this episode.
There's your title. Old toys bring new joys. There you go.
They do.
There's
wicked.
There you go.
He's a wordsmith, ladies and gentlemen. He's a wordsmith. I'm all
over it. Occasionally, I have my uses, but yeah. But to be honest, most of the things I've got to talk about now are old toys since we last got together. So I've got my Hydra ones there. I got Batroc, the Leaper comic book version, and it's great. It's so great. It's brilliant. Colourful. He properly can get him up into some good leg twist round
kicks and
poses, good kicks. The feet go out on the side. No other hand, which is a shame, but I've got some spare Loki hands that are pretty much the same colour.
Right.
So I can swap those over. And if you get the focus right on a picture, you can just, you can master slightly different yellows. But it's great. So I've got some goods. I've been building a lot of villains at the moment to try and get some old comic book villains, as you'd expect with a Batroc. Really good crunch down on the abs, and the head, the chin tucks right in.
Oh yeah,
as well. So you can really get him into like into a real sort of tumble. Yeah, into a real tumble as he leaps over Captain America. So and he's got that grimacing, the little typical master villain face with his little tash and goatee. So very, very comic accurate. Got him. Oh, I've got one other order coming in second hand. I built another. So I've got the absorbing mount, which I talked about on our last episode. I have Bulldozer now, which is great. My only
those arms are chunky.
His arms are amazing. Good fit. Really,
he was
really
crunches. Figure, right?
He was a builder figure. Yeah, he really crunches over, so I can really get his head down into charging pose, charging at Avengers. So I can really get him into a head down, battered ram type position. His feet are brilliant, really chunky, stands really well. The one minor complaint with it is the orange of his suit. I don't really think is bright enough, and if you don't have the light right, it looks like he's naked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
There's not much difference between the hands, and so he does look like he's proper bollocks out, giving it. Come on, check him out. So it's so I have to pick the right setting. Doing any pictures of him. I've done a few pictures of him attacking. I did a Thor and Hercules team up. I've forgotten the Hercules figure, but he's awesome as well. But that's great. But I've now also got on order, and I made an offer. It was at 35, made an offer at 25, and we compromised on 27 for Pile Driver. Right. From the Wrecking Crew as well. And he's got the white suit, the red boots, the red mask, and he also comes with an amazingly detailed wrecking ball as well.
Cool.
So I'm going to swap that for the Absorbing Man one, and give that to Absorbing Man, who's far more famous for having the ball. And then I've now got Thunderball, Pile Driver, and the Absorbing Man. So I'm missing the Wrecker and Bulldozer I've got, and so I'm missing Thunderball and the Wrecker, which aren't going to be possible to get because they're so expensive. I can't find it for anything less than £80 per figure. No. So I don't want to pay that. Hopefully there'll be a release at some point. But I've got a nice real sort of villain set coming along at the moment. Yeah, it's old toys. It's old toys bringing new joys at the moment.
And you know those builder figures. You know how I've got the Sentinel that I'm probably going to finish off. And when I got, I think it was Morbius and Carnage had given me parts of Venom Pool.
That'd be a good figure.
Now this is a question I was going to ask you because so I saw today Ghost Spider, right, which I don't really want.
Yeah.
But it was $13.99, and you get the torso.
Get the torso Venom Pool.
But then I've got the problem of finding the Miles Morales and beige one, and I'm like, I haven't seen those anywhere, so it's going to put me in a position where I'm like, oh, I must have all the parts. I don't necessarily want the figures.
No, you'd pay more. You're probably better off buying the Venom Pool outright.
Yeah.
Which I've seen for about 50 quid.
Yeah.
On eBay.
Cheaper. Yeah.
Because then you're only talking, would you need 3 parts? And that's £60, assuming you get them at normal retail value, which you probably wouldn't at this stage either.
Well, I found one of them cheaper, but yeah. But then, you know, I've paid for 2 already, so I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, I mean, it looks cool put together. It looks wicked, right? Not a figure that I was ever like, oh, I must put the Venom Pool together. But it just so happens that because I bought a few from that wave, I'm now like, oh man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I did the same with the Joe Fixit. I had 4 to 6, so I bought the rest to get the Joe Fixit figure. Because when you're that close, I think it's worth doing. I'm watching a Zenmu build a figure at the moment as well from the Bring on the Villains wave, which again is annoying. That wave not released yet through Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah, but you're seeing it elsewhere.
I can buy the whole set right now.
I know
on eBay or they're not on Star yet, but I can buy the whole set on eBay today.
Yeah.
And the Hasbro Pulse thing is, I mean, it's weird because there's been a lot of Transformer drops in the last couple of weeks, a lot of Power Ranger drops from Hasbro Pulse, and they've moved. The focus has moved, which they did say anyway. The focus has moved off the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, this was meant to be G.I. Joe June, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we got 3 things out of that, which I talked about last week, and that was it. It's like, not really. I mean, I'm glad because I can't afford for them to be pumping it out. But I mean, we've got Fan First Friday for the Power Rangers coming up.
Yeah.
So that's this Friday.
This Friday,
yeah. So unless they do casual clothes Power Rangers, I'm not really interested.
No, so
they're great bystanders, man.
They are. They work a treat for that, don't they?
They could be. They won't do it, but they could be. those checkered shirts and jeans. Those are characters I want, man.
As your New York people going about their business.
Background people getting blown up and stuff. I was looking at the WWE ambulance. Have you seen that on the toy advert?
No,
and I was like, oh, that could be quite good. The truck, you know, on the street. You know,
yeah.
You know, and the side of it explodes. Like it all comes apart.
Yeah.
So you could, if you had a Rhino or someone like that, you could have them like busting through it, paint it up, change how the colours of it, you know, make it look like something else, and make it into a SWAT truck or something like that. You know, you'd have him like busting through the side. The things you could do. You know, or busting out of it. You know,
busting out of it. That's
coming out.
Absolutely.
Cool, right?
That's a great one.
So
that's a great one. Electro coming out of that when he's bust the truck.
Ah, there you go. See,
New York scene showdown.
So it's only £40, but I think I put it in my wish list in case anyone wants to buy me stuff for my birthday. I hope I have. So because I told you I update that in advance, which my wife said to me, "Oh, I've got you an awesome present," and she goes, "It's not off your wish list." I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Is it something I'll want?" She goes, "You don't know you want it, but you will want it. Believe me." She's normally good at presents, so.
Okay, good. Give her the benefit of the doubt on this one then, that she's nailed it again then.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an ambulance. Maybe it's a WWE ambulance.
Imagine. What is it like for wives of people like us? Like,
well, my wife
like having an extra child. Yeah. I mean, I wonder, like, when she walks in and just sees I'm at work, right, and I'm sitting here, she'll walk in and I'm just going, it's like this fucking guy just like plays with his toys all day.
She knows. I took the boys to Smith's toy shop the other week. It was just down the road from us, literally just down the road, and they bought a couple of bits, and Janissa go, "Oh," they go, "Mummy, we got this, we've got this," and she'll go, "Great," and she'll look at me and go, "Oh, what did you get?"
Oh yeah,
and generally, I've got more.
Oh yeah,
because definitely. they get like back to the Spacebridge again. When we go to the Spacebridge, they'll get 4 Star Wars figures. That's 20 quid. They want the little loose old school Star Wars figures.
Or between them?
Each 20 quid each.
All right, okay,
so they'll get 20. So they get 4 figures each. That's for kiddies 4 or £5 figures. He's more to him than one Marvel Legends.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'll spend money wise. I spend more on myself, but I'll get less figures in that way. Smith's is the other way around because I'll generally, they're not too bad on some Marvel Legends figures in Smith's every now and again, and I pick so much just
they change over quite often. I mean, as I said to you last time I went in, they had the House of X stuff, and I probably want to pick up Professor X because of the Sentinel. And I'll use that body for something else. It's just a plain black, you know.
Yes, yeah. Well,
I don't really want my Professor X to look like that, so I'll use it for something else. And I can't remember who else I need. Magneto's got the head. And,
I've got the. I've got what have I got? I've got the Magneto. Head. So you can. I've got that if you want that.
I think I need
to get to that stage where you build it. You need an arm. I think you need 3, don't you? And I've got one.
Yeah.
And you need.
So I need an arm and a leg. So I need. I think Professor X got an arm, and then Jean Grey, she's got the leg.
That's the one.
So and I never see her. So no. Of course I don't. That's what's going to happen, right? I'm going to get all of them and never find her until she's like 70 quid or something. And like,
don't.
You know that's happening.
It does. It always does. Yeah, absolutely. So
last. I think it's last. Behind you.
That's my
You've got Deadpool.
I have got him.
And you've been playing with it.
I love it. I absolutely freaking love this figure so much. And
got my Deadpool.
There he is, beautiful. There he is, guns out on the go, ready to go.
See, I gave one of those guns to Firefly.
A good shout, good shout. Yeah, because he hasn't actually got anywhere to store the Uzi. No,
he doesn't.
Uzi.
He doesn't. He doesn't have anywhere for his pistols or anything.
No, and then he's obviously got the little extra gun as well, and he's got the big rifle.
The M16.
I'm not mega keen on it because of the red, but it works because it's obviously a comic book version. So I've done a load of which I'm going to whack out on the Mighty Marvel Mix Instagram at some point, Deadpool versus the Marvel Universe. So I've started doing.
Yeah.
So I've done Moon Knight, Wolverine, Thor picking him up above his head. Who else have I done? A couple of other X-Men ones. I've done like 7 or 8, and then I was going to do a week where I'll probably just do a different one every.
Excellent.
I'm crazy flat out of work at the moment, so I want to do it properly. Get them all backed up and get a load done and edit the photos up and put them out. But it's so much fun.
It really
just
is.
I love it. And I'm not the big. We talked about it on this show, but I'm not the biggest Deadpool fan of the character. But I almost. And the box is amazing because it's in a special box, you know, a proper square box with the artwork on, and the card is amazing. And I did have a wobble of, should I open this? It's so good.
I had that moment.
Yeah, but I don't regret it. I don't regret it.
I wanted to play with it.
It's a joy.
When you look at it,
Absolute
it's
joy.
like this is a toy to play with. You know?
Oh God, yeah.
And
I love it. It poses so well. You can do proper comic booky poses, and I set a screen up with Deadpool from comic books, just artwork running in the background. So all this fight scenes are done in the Marvel Universe. I tried to find someone who's actually fighting the character on the background, but I haven't found them all yet. But it's just amazing. I just love it.
The only
it's such
thing
fun.
that I wish that they had with that is an extra head with one big eye and one, doing that. I'd have liked that head because that would be really useful.
Would be really useful.
Give it a bit more character, and I'd have liked to have that one. But otherwise, it's a damn cool figure, and
it's so much fun.
It is. So anything else that you wanted to touch upon?
That's my full current set, and obviously talked about what I've got coming up as well. Plus, we've obviously got at some point in July, I'm expecting, as we're being warned, a massive amount of Marvel Legends drops from Hasbro. When we get them, I've no idea. But that's on the way. I mean, they've had a lot. They've dropped some Transformer stuff lately for those that are into Transformers, and they dropped some old school. I don't know if you've seen them. They dropped some old school Gen 1 Starscream and a Megatron.
Oh, right.
And they look excellent, but the color schemes are so weird.
Right.
It's the Shattered Glass versions, which I'm not entirely familiar with whether that's a comic book or a cartoon or what the Shattered Glass version is.
A cartoon.
I don't remember reading this as comic. But the color scheme on Megatron, so some of the arm sections and the shoulders is a dark black. Right. Which then doesn't look right because you've got like four square dark black bits. So like between the join between his arm, between his forearm and his bicep, which is obviously the top end of the pistol, and the lower end of it of the barrel is jet black, and then the shoulder bit sits jet black, which looks weird. The Starscream, the detail on the face and the costume and the body is excellent, very classic sort of comedy cartoon version. But the color scheme, it just looks like Jetfire. If you look too quick, it's just a jet. It's a lighter white.
I wonder why they went with that.
Red.
Like
it's really weird.
That. I mean, I really like the War for Cybertron stuff. I thought it was so cool, and I mean, the posability on those, they were the Transformers I wish I had.
Yeah,
they could transform, but they could actually pose as well. They were great.
Yeah.
And I was actually quite tempted. I remember walking through Smith's, and they had a ton of those. And they had pretty much everyone that was out at the time. And I had one in my hand. I was like, do I buy it? Because it's so cool. And I went, if I buy this, I'm going to buy them all.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I put it down.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it because I can't afford to have those as well. But I do regret it because I'd have really liked to have them in my collection.
And you know what? It's the posing side. If I had more room, and probably a good job I don't, but if I had more room to display things and keep them on display, I would probably get half a dozen of the Transformers. Optimus Prime, Magnus, Megatron, Shockwave, Soundwave would be my 5, and then I maybe throw in Prowl with that one or something along those lines, and and that would be my
Jazz.
set. That's the trouble. Then you start rolling on that.
Well, you see, the thing with
Mirage is cool.
Yeah, Mirage is cool. Trax, I was a big fan of, but Jazz was always a favourite of mine. It is a horror story. Jazz was always a favourite of mine as a kid, right? And with the original Transformers figures, I couldn't find him anywhere, ever. I never ever got him. right? And you know, my parents had bought me a few. It was weird because I did like, you know, I liked Soundwave and I liked some of the jets, but I only ever, and as a kid, people bought these for me, but people only ever bought me Autobots. So I had no one for them to fight. I only had good guys, right? Now, Optimus Prime, bear in mind, the figures for your parents, and those they were expensive, especially one like Optimus Prime. And I always looked after my toys, hence I look after my toys.
Absolutely.
But my cousin, who's very heavy-handed, I remember he came around my house once, got up to phone, went and snapped his leg off. First thing he did, walked into my room, grabbed it, went and snapped the leg off and chucked it down. And I never got that fixed. But second part of the horror story was that my auntie and uncle had come to visit, and you know when people go to someone's house and they've got a kid, and you're, oh, I better get them a present.
Yeah.
So before they came round, they popped into Argos, which was the local one to us, and they had Jazz. Now, they didn't know that I wanted Jazz, but they just bought Jazz for me, right? Last one they had in stock, last one.
Wow.
So, awesome, right? So here I am, all giddy. Oh, my God, I've got Jazz.
Yeah.
And I open the box, and I take him out of the box, and I go to transform him, and it just falls into, like, a million pieces. There were no pins in it at all.
Oh, no. It's like a complete product
like,
fail.
Just in every piece. Every single piece of it
that makes you cry
apart,
for you thinking
right?
about it.
And to this day, I've probably still got the head somewhere, right? And this thing, like, imagine, like, you know, I know. Oh, I got this guy as well.
Yeah, Rage.
I remember. Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty cool. Same boots. You're right. But imagine, like, every single bit of this figure. Stick out a box, they're just a million pieces. I'm pretty sure I just started crying.
Yeah, and that would traumatize his kid. It would now. It would now. Oh, that is a proper story.
And it was, you know, and because it was my favourite one, and I could never find him, and it was the last one they had in stock, so I couldn't get it again. And I just had this. I had this toy that was just pieces. So from that point onwards, Jazz was always dead in all my games. It was like blown up.
Which, to be fair, for a Transformer, that works, doesn't it?
He'd been killed. He'd been killed by one of the non-existing baddies that I didn't have. So I just had Autobots. Like, and that's not even a game, right? It's not even a game. I've got good guys. We have no one to fight.
No one to fight. But how did he die?
How did he kill him?
It's basically a murder mystery, isn't it? It's an inside job.
Prime, what happened to your leg?
you've created a Knives Out mystery there.
So yeah, that was the horror of my Transformers as a child.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good.
It's good I can laugh about it now though, but it still haunts me.
It haunts me thinking about it now because I could imagine exactly that. And what you said was right. They were. I love them in the robot shape, and I love them as and somewhat as good. There's as many that were amazing as the Transformer and rubbish as the vehicle, and equally some look so cool as the vehicle. But when you actually put them in Transformers, that's really disappointing.
Yeah.
And there weren't that many that had the perfect mix of. And my friend talking about before, his dad is taken to America a lot when he was younger, or dad used to go to America and bring him stuff back, and he got him the whole Constructicons to form the Devastator.
Yeah,
I don't ever remember the original ones appearing in the UK. I don't ever remember them appearing over here.
That must look cool though.
So they looked amazing on their own, but Devastator didn't look good.
They did have Constructicons here.
Did they?
They did, because I'm pretty sure my next door neighbour had one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did have them. Because one of them was a train, right? It was a train.
Yes.
Yeah, he had that one, yeah.
Okay.
You know what, though? I've just realised, because when we were talking about Spacebridge, he's a Transformers guy, I should have told him that story while I was in there. And he'd have gone, I've got Jazz.
He might have given you Jazz, yeah. Well, the next time I'm down there, I'll look for it.
Tell him to watch this show and say, just this section.
I'm going to
tag the Transformers guy, who would be really upset.
We'll tag him in. Yeah, he would be. Yeah, absolutely. Because he loves his Transformers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had some stories about back then. I was like, oh, yeah, I know that one. You know. Anyway, I think we've been babbling on for quite a while. So I think that maybe we should wrap things up for this week, and you know, we'll be back in a couple of weeks, no doubt, with your horde of toys coming. I don't know what I've got coming.
I know,
so,
they're on the way. There's a load on the way.
Maybe I'll have my ninjas. That'd be cool, because you know, articulate icons, something different that I've never had in hand. So
be interested to see those and how they get your review of them.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched loads of reviews on them online and how they fit in with your Joes and all that, and they look great. So, yeah, I'm quite excited to have them, because I've wanted them for ages, but they're expensive normally, and you know, I don't want to spend 60 quid or whatever for you know. So yeah, getting them on a bit of a sale, you know, I'm tempted to get 2 more. I don't know what I should do. I'll toy with this for a while, and then I'm sure I'll send you a text.
You'll toy with it for a while. Yeah, I'm sure you will. I like it. I will keep an eye on the Toy Council group chat we've got for
last time we did this, didn't we get off the air and then straight after they went, I've just bought this.
Yes, immediately. This is why I don't log in. By the time I shut everything down, wrap these figures back up, you know, the ones that aren't staying out, wrap them back up in the figures. Generally, there's always someone bought this. So the phone's on.
Yeah, I don't plan, as I said to you, there's not anything I'm looking for at the moment specifically, other than a female baddie. You know, I don't have any. Other than Emma Frost, who's in the loft.
Yeah, few and far between. It depends where you want to class Black Cat, but few and far between.
Yeah, and I don't have her anyway. So yeah, and I did look. That's actually, when I found Domino, that's what I was looking for in Spacebridge. Right. I was looking to see if they had a Black Cat, and then I saw her, and I was like, oh, I've got to have that. They didn't have that one. He didn't have a lot of the out of box ones.
Yeah, I probably took his last Black Cat, so I bought that then a few months ago. It's probably his last one. Sorry.
Yeah, it's probably just one of those things that it's where he can get, right? So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, we just keep on talking. Right.
So anyway, we're done.
Where can people find you on the tangled interweb?
So they can come over to the information superhighway, go Mighty Marvel Mix. You can find a main podcast, or you go to YouTube and you can find that Mighty Marvel show. And with Mighty Marvel Mix, Instagram and Facebook, so find us over there. But before you do that, share this show, stick it on your own feeds, and shout out about Action Figure Pow Wow, because you like to
subscribe and all that jazz that we said before. And also don't forget that if you keep your ears open, you'll hear Paul on BBC Bedford.
Yes, I should be on commenting on whatever. Hopefully now, whatever new show comes on the Marvel. I mean,
they probably will.
If they don't get me on for Moon Knight, I'm going to cry, because he's my boy.
Oh, they should definitely
he's my boy.
Do that. We've got a while though. We've got a while.
Yeah, I've not even gone into production yet. So you're talking Miss Marvel will be next later this year, and possibly the Hawkeye series as well.
Yes. So, yeah. So
I expect a call about female Hawkeye. Talk about female Hawkeye.
Oh, you'll definitely get a call about that.
Hopefully it's online. There we go.
And you can find me on Twitter at 1933 Eagles and on Instagram at SpartanX1. So it's Spartan_X_ the word 1. And also on Old Chums Geek Chat. And just as J-Tank on Facebook. If you want, you know, I accept friends. So
we're all friends. We love friends.
Cool. All right. Awesome. I've got no real sign off, so it's great talking to you, dude. And until next time, just go play with some toys.